All right, this is just funny. Oh wait, actually, do y'all want to do DJ Head hating on Akademiks?
Yeah, let's get it out of the way. So DJ Head, we've all known him. He's been hot for the last couple of months ever since Kendrick has been popping out again.
He's hot to us, but to the West Coast, years.
Do you believe that?
I do, because they have so much shit that I didn't know existed.
AJ,
happening.
I don't think you answered my question.
I do believe that. My answer is yes, because the West Coast has a lot of things that I've never heard of that have been prospering for the last 10 years.
But
no, he means, do you believe that, or were you told to believe it?
Do I believe what?
No, he answered the question right. He got what I meant, but I'm just saying I want to make sure that we're not just
giving legend to him,
giving legend status, which is very easy to do, especially when it's about rap politics.
Oh,
because being black in this industry, we gotta
national legend. I wouldn't give him that. I'd give him West Coast legend because that's what everybody else said.
Where's Big Boy at?
West Coast.
What?
Jesus.
Yeah, Hiccups.
Yeah, that was kind of insane.
Hiccups is feminine, right?
Yeah.
All agree?
A little bit.
Lauren? But nah, DJ Head, I've just only heard about him in the last couple of months.
But so if you don't start burping like a man,
yeah, that was a hiccup. But yeah, I've only heard about him for the last couple months as well.
But
yeah,
when he has spoken, he's spoken some good things, but when he speaks about Akademiks, he becomes a hater, in my opinion. It's a pure principle thing between DJ Head and the way he views Akademiks' platform.
I don't know who started it either, because Akademiks, I've only heard him talk crazy about DJ Head.
Akademiks started it by being the whole nigga that he is. And DJ Head. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like DJ Head's
Akademiks' existence is the problem.
Like just DJ Akademiks being the whole nigga that they claim him to be is the problem.
Oh,
and,
gotcha.
And also the way in which he uses the platform. Let's just play it right.
That was interesting. Yeah, that was an interesting, like, I don't like how he uses his platform thing.
AJ, he's a hater, guy.
I guess I gotta give him a hater though, honestly. You can't put
this on stream,
Can't, unfortunately.
I think me, him, Glasses, and like one other person got the same number that I can remember for the last like 15, 20 years. And it's just like anybody that like, especially when it comes to act, I respect the things that he's done and what he's built. I don't respect how he uses his platform.
And yeah, elaborate, because like, how is he actually using his platform? Because these gentlemen here, you feel me, and myself sometimes, I like when he breaks down different things and he's like really dissecting it for us to understand different things. You know, I agree with you. I really love that about it. So I wouldn't say I don't like his platform in a whole.
No, it's not an all-encompassing thing.
Certain elements.
It's certain elements. Yeah, it's not a catch-all. It's like, if it's a gumbo, I just don't like the shrimp.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because we can do without that.
Yeah. And you just, some of those things, you wouldn't do those personally.
It's not that I wouldn't do it. So I'm not speaking about it from a vain standpoint, like, because I actually, you should get Will Smith's book. It's fire. But I remember him getting advice. What he said, he was talking to Kevin Hart, was talking to Will Smith. He's like, I don't give advice, because when you give advice, it teaches people how to be you. So I don't necessarily give people advice no more. I give information, right? And so I'm not saying that it's not the way he conducts himself is not becoming of how I would do it. I'm looking at it generational. Again, I'm thinking about broad. I always zoom out, right? Every time I do something, say something, move, make a move, I always try to zoom out 1 to 3 layers, right? And so when I'm looking at it, when I'm from the standpoint I'm looking at it, is it's not even singled out just act. I don't want to single him out. There's a whole generation of people doing things where it's teaching people that they don't have to be accountable for the things that they do and say.
Pause.
And I don't fuck.
And you can immediately queue up the second timestamp at 4:20. Appreciate it. But
go ahead.
Yeah, nah.
I did have a comment about that. I get exactly what he's saying.
In terms of
I
like,
get what he's saying though. So that does make sense.
He's trying to adhere to the virus that could potentially spread and hurt, everything.
Right.
But it's coming from a place of like misunderstanding, I feel like. You know what I mean? Because
sounds like he understands.
You don't even sound like he's hating for real.
They don't.
He don't. And what I'll say is, like, he definitely, it doesn't sound like hate, but it definitely sounds like an older perspective. Okay, so like, what he's saying, not only act does this, I would agree. So like, we can say Speed doesn't, as big as and successful Speed is, Like this nigga doesn't conduct himself like as somebody that's gonna have like a wife and kids one day where you're like, oh, look back, like I'm so respected. And it's like my highlight reel is like me barking at people and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, or maybe that's not even a good example.
He's a kid.
There's other, but yeah, there's kids.
He's
but
a
yeah,
kid.
True, but I guess Akademiks is an adult and he still like violates people the way he does. So you can put that on him. Like Akademiks, like, I don't know. I guess he doesn't conduct himself like a mature adult.
But that's a person who's going to face
what
consequences.
you would consider a concern. But they don't have to face consequences.
Right, but that's the ideology that he's saying is incorrect because in real life you do have to.
And what is
in real life you'll find that out.
And what is
But
face
in these
consequence?
people's lives, they don't have to.
What is face consequence? Like
Either have to be addressed for what you said.
Address, okay,
Yeah, pretty
okay,
much. Like
okay.
address for what
So
you said.
Not necessarily. Hey, come on, eh?
I think in person. I think in person is the main thing that they're really referring to because you say things, people respond. You're being addressed.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, guess level 1 would be just them making a response video. Level 2 would be talking over
Making
Discord
threats
or
or
you know what I
whatever.
mean?
Yeah.
Level 3 would be like the in person. Like in person is the most mature thing, but you can conduct yourself in a way that makes in person only gives us like 1 to 2 options. You know what I mean? Like
To where
you
it's, yeah.
It's like I have to put a hand. We can talk, but you've said these things that as a man have to violate you first. We need to step outside.
But has Akademiks, I feel like he's only gotten in trouble through this whole like homeschooling experience in terms of like him just being in his room, like being by himself. He's still been getting in trouble. Like in terms
It's not
of
real trouble.
It-
It's not.
no, just because
we don't ever get to
real,
see him.
You're saying because it's in person?
Yeah.
Nah,
Like,
dog, not all the time.
The internet puts a lot of space in between people.
Hell
To where
of
you
a
can
lot of space.
operate a lot differently than you would if this nigga was down the street.
And
Yes.
even in person,
But-
once you get money, that changes everything too. Because like even if you can still run into me, but if I have money and I'm protecting myself, it's still you don't have to face certain things if I have built a security around me. You know what I mean? So
But I think that is his problem. It's like that ideology is for the outliers, the people who make it far enough in this industry in that way to be safe. Whereas
Yeah.
the majority, the masses, if you get that same ideology, you could be in trouble in the real world.
So Akademiks doesn't like
They will
could
never get
DJ
along, for
Head
sure.
have hit Akademiks up and had this conversation before he ever said anything about Akademiks? Because the first thing I heard when DJ Head talked about Akademiks, it was something to the likes of, I don't really like him. I don't really like how he moves. We talked about it on the pod.
I know. I really want to
forgot the
remember who
situation.
started it, bro, because I feel like DJ Head said some shit that isn't fighting words, right? He didn't say "fuck that nigga Akademiks" like I never liked him. He just said something about him, and Akademiks' response was like,
think
"Who
I
the
can
fuck
find
gives
it.
who gives a fuck about that fuck nigga?" Like it was immediately like
It was something like that.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like I feel like he did say something to him. It might not have been positive, but it damn sure wasn't disrespectful. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And another
now
thing-
once I get that as my
Yeah.
response, it's up on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you ruined everything, nigga.
Yeah, you ruined our potential to be able to have that mature conversation.
And another thing,
Which is
like
kind of his point.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I feel like, and this is just like a loose thought, but like DJ Head, the nigga jumped off the porch like mad late. A minute before the start time, he was like, yeah, man, I just now started voicing my opinion, getting my name out there. Because, for the longest,
I would
I've just
agree, 'cause
been,
I didn't know who he was until this year.
for the longest,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
just been a LA native nigga.
For sure.
But now my
You
voice,
can eat so well out there.
but
Yeah.
through the last couple of months with Akademiks' help,
He's not even Akademiks help. Yeah, I would say Akademiks help.
Akademiks help,
Yeah, that's
for
true.
sure.
Yeah,
And Kendrick.
and Kendrick, and
Elliot.
he's
That's by
on
default, though.
It's on default, but yeah, he's on the podcast
with Elliot.
Elliot and Jeremy.
Jeremy
And I'm
Heck.
constantly seeing Gina's face because they host
They have that podcast or radio show.
Hip Hop
Is it a
DX is
radio
always
show? It's
reposting.
shot in a radio. I think it's a podcast though. I think it's a podcast, but it's like in a radio station. I don't know where it gets broadcasted, but I know it looks like a radio station. But I think it is actually a podcast.
Yeah, I don't know who owns it, the Hoovers or Crips. I don't know.
Tomato.
But
Yeah,
Semantics.
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 That was the time to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the time to use it, nigga. Come on.
Yeah.
Fuck out. But nah, man. DJ Head, it's just a little bit of hater vibes. I don't know I don't want to say it's coming from a place. It can't be. He wants to be Akademiks or be in his position. I feel like as an LA nigga, from what I know from LA niggas, that's just not ever like a thought in their head. It's really just the aspect of if I had this power that he does, I would be
how I would use it.
be wielding it like how a sword is supposed to be wielded.
The W.
Sword.
But yes, I guess if you're gonna speak, if he's speaking from that lens of, I see the platform that he has, and he's abusing it, then yeah, I guess we can say that's a hater thing.
And this is another
Not
thing,
even,
right?
because
But not even. You're just
what's
putting your-
wrong with that?
That's just an opinion.
What's wrong with? I
it's
see a
not
nigga
really-
who has one of the biggest platforms in
Yeah.
media, and he's abusing it.
Yeah, that's
It's just
really
an
not.
opinion.
It's
I
easy.
guess the only,
Okay.
you would have to verbally say like he don't deserve that.
Yeah,
that's
you'd
what you'd have to
have-
say.
You know what I mean?
Then
Yeah.
you'd be a hater. Like he doesn't.
Okay.
He don't even deserve the millions of views and attention he gets. Then I would give him hater vibes.
You think
Right.
you think it's easy to call LA niggas out for hating because they're so in their own world that when they have an opinion about something outside, it's just like, dude, you're an LA nigga. Like y'all don't care about nothing besides good weather and
I will say I do take it with a grain of salt.
their opinions.
Yeah, because I'm like, what are you even following? You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like,
I'm saying even if they're talking about not even podcasts, like relationships. If an LA nigga is talking about relationships, like friend
different.
relationships, entertainment relationships, I listen with one ear.
I mean, the West Coast, they're
'Cause it's just-
different over there.
It's different.
They're different.
It's
Yeah,
some
yeah, I
LA
give them
shit.
that.
Like it's
I give
really
them that.
different over there. But
I don't know.
I don't think DJ Head is like some evil guy. I just
Pretty nice, actually.
he would use DJ Akademiks' power for good. I'm just curious to know how.
In that first clip, he stated like very clearly his thought process.
I also don't think you also being this nice doesn't get you as big and as much attention as
Right.
academics either.
Right.
Like being that responsible. Responsibility does not shoot you to the top of the fucking charts. It just doesn't. You know?
Nah.
Just like if you put
On
on
an outward
YouTube, yeah, like or outwardly, like just on YouTube, yeah, this is the greatest podcast I've ever seen. Nobody gives a fuck. I need to tell you this is the worst podcast I've ever seen. And then low key like just you know what I'm saying? It's just that's just what people are
Yeah.
clicking on. People are drawn to that shit.
Especially and it's you're always gonna have your outliers.
And even in
But-
the outlier, and then it's even rare too because it's like Moist Critical is probably like one of the most positive people, but he's covering fucked up stories, but he's like a positive guy. You know
Right.
what I mean? Channel
He's
5
always
News,
complaining
it's
about something
like
though.
Channel 5 News, there's always beauty and education and things of it, but we're also we're there because we're about to watch him break down in a beautiful way some fucked up situation possibly. You know what I mean? Like there's some sort of smut that's like people are always there for.
That's what we're catching our attention.
I don't know if smut is even the right word, but y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah, cream
You
pie,
know?
it's all the same.
Yeah, but let's check out this other timestamp.
Have offline, but to me, that's how you move. That's how I was brought up. I don't do it for content. Everything ain't content to me.
Yeah. So some of those conversations you having with Elliot that we thinking you supposed to have with Elliot on camera, you had those off camera.
There's been conversations, but I don't necessarily. He's also a grown ass man, so he can deal with what he move how he want to move and deal.
Facts.
So
Yeah.
it's like when me and Pun we've been in situations. I'll be like, hey, ooh, right, and then he at that point he can make his own decision. But at this age, I'm 40. I'm not talking nobody out of doing nothing.
What's up, guys, man? Join the millions of fans.
I feel him on that shit. Fuck trying to talk a nigga out of doing something. It's literally a waste of time. I felt that.
Like, hey, I'm finna go out here and
felt
kill
that
this
shit.
nigga. I'm be like, hey, bro, you.
2 more seconds.
Yeah, this is just 20 more seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's
I'll
on
tell you, like, if Terrell was like, hey, I'm finna go out here and kill this nigga, I'm be like, hey, bro, you got a lot going for yourself. You probably shouldn't do that. You be like, fuck that, I'm crashing out. I'm like, all right, my nigga, I'll see you later.
Nah, for sure.
Go about your business.
Same way.
Go about your business, bro.
If you look in my eyes and tell me what you want to do.
Yeah, go about it.
But that's how I deal with anything in music. But that's how I maintain my serenity.
Yeah.
Artists be like, what you think about this music? I'm be like, man, you want me to be honest? Yeah, that shit trash. Or that shit is dope. Well, you think it's trash? Yes, it's trash. I'm putting out anyway. All right, for sure, my nigga, I appreciate you. Good, you know.
So how do you all right, so
Yeah.
I don't even want to get in your business right here.
I like this nigga, man.
Yeah. That's why I wanted that's why I wanted to keep playing it for 20
I
seconds.
thought everything he said just now.
I wanted to keep playing it for 20 seconds because you got to have the dichotomy.
Yeah, right,
With
right.
especially with people, you got to give them credit on both sides.
Yeah.
That's why he's not-
Academics is wrong, man.
He's not like a evil villain. It's just LA hater in his butt. You know, yeah.
You putting this hate
Yeah.
on
You
me.
throwing it on him.
Yeah.
It's not like you were hating on.
You're on the academic side. That's what it sounds like. And it's cool.
Sound like you loving.
No, I'm not on
we have to
academic
have balance
side.
on the podcast.
Yeah, of course, but I'm saying I'm reading between the lines.
And there's still some hater shit.
It's not like you're creating.
Just a
I
little
like
bit.
he really don't give a fuck
Yeah.
because as long as his life is okay, hey, you got to do what you have to do.
He
You
need
know what I'm
to
saying?
harp on that nigga.
Imagine,
Right.
imagine, because it is what it is, and he's also a LA nigga, so it's like he even said like, "Hey, you gonna do what you gonna do." He seems like just a free flowing guy, but
Seems pretty cool.
it's still like it's an underlining emotion that he feels about academics, which will always be there because academics is a character in this industry.
And I'm almost positive academics said like fuck that nigga. Like
He did. I remember that.
like,
I think I remember that.
So
He said
he's
like
justified.
a lot. He was like,
He's
DJ Head,
justified.
fuck you, nigga, you bitch, nigga.
Yeah, right. So he has that justification to be on some fuck 'em forever shit
Possibly.
for sure, for sure.
But it's still like, man, come
I don't
on.
see hate. I feel like anytime a nigga has a valid point against academics, it's like somebody's saying it's hate.
Yeah, I ain't see no hate in that at all.
Seem pretty balanced, man.
Nah, man.
Seemed like he was drawing on a clean white sheet of paper. Ain't no lines in there.
Even with this nigga like having direct saying, even him directly disrespecting him, seemed pretty
He
balanced.
still took a pretty even kilt approach to this shit.
I have like I struggle with my balance. I be balanced sometimes, but then other times I'm just like fuck it. You know what I'm saying? He did way better than I normally
Because
did.
with DJ Head, it's a lot of different caveats. Like,
I feel like with academics, it's really easy to not defend him because it's like even if I haven't heard it, I know he probably took it too far. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's like I've just seen him take it too far, so many times. I don't have to see it, but if you say he did some wild shit or said some wild shit to you, I have to believe you.
And that's the guy that we're talking about. And all DJ Head is saying that, hey, maybe this nigga that we think if you hear some shit that he did crazy, you probably believe it. He's probably abusing his platform.
Yeah, it's pretty fair take.
It's not that far-fetched.
What with DJ Academics?
I wonder if academics responded.
The kind of guy.
He probably did respond, and academics' response was probably more violation.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Just keep talking. Let me
Let's
try to
search it.
find it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Because I'm curious now because I feel like he probably responded
I didn't
and
see
did
anything.
exactly like what he don't like him for.
But look, you just put academics, DJ Head, that shit might pop up. I think it's HED.
That's 3 months ago. That was when it first happened.
It still came up though, right?
Yeah, that's 3 months ago when it
Yeah,
first
it
came
is.
up. Yeah.
Academics TV. Here we go.
Oh, here you go. Oh, wait, this is somebody else.
Is that somebody else?
Yeah,
Skim
somebody
through
else.
and see if
He just talking about it on
Yeah,
the side.
that's some other nigga.
Yeah, some other nigga shit.
Yeah. Yep. No response.
it was too mature of a response. Oh, this nigga responded.
Oh.
Go up one more. That nigga, the
these
one that
are
got
signature
into it with
classes.
the company man, the one that got
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Oh, and even that was 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Academics must be on vacation. What has that nigga been doing? I'm
Drake
telling you,
shit?
bro. I don't tune in for the Drake shit anymore. I can't. The
That's what
Drake
he's
or
doing.
any Drake or Kendrick conversation, I'm not watching
That's what he
academics
was
anymore.
doing.
Well, definitely don't look at what he's posting now because it's
I mean,
all
that's been since it's happened. It's been majority of the back end of
Yeah.
the year. So it's like,
it's all suing news.
yeah. But if it's outside of that, I'll watch it. But I just can't. I can't do it, bro.
You can't get jiggy with it.
I can't. I'm tired of the Drake and Kendrick thing. Period. So it's like Joe is he's the last person I'm listening to on that because he's just going to give a clear.
Yeah.
He just did a master class on that last episode over the Drake suing.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't really care what anybody else believes now. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah, they threw out every theory that you could possibly
that's
throw
what I'm
out.
saying. I've heard it all, bro. So, and Joe's like the last music take person about that battle in particular, and I know he's even biased.
Yeah.
in terms
I was about to say, please say
hating
that.
Oh, I know,
Yeah,
and
he's
even I
definitely
know
biased.
that, but it's like he's the only person I feel like listening to, and about that beef at all.
Yeah. That isn't being directly bought from either side.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
hopefully he responds. We love a good crash
Yeah.
out.
We love it.